Well, we apologize for the technical difficulties, folks, but we are now back up and going. It's playoff basketball between your Glendale Community College Vaqueros and the Saddleback Bobcats. We'll give you a quick recap as we find ourselves 3 minutes into the game so far. Fast-paced, whole lot of defense. GCC leads 4-0. Points coming from Sammy Velasquez and Shadell French.
Saddleback foul. Number 4, Vaquero, first personal first of the period. Ball out of bounds.
As there, the inbound pass regained by Mariah Maestas. Bradley with the ball up top, goes to Sammy Velasquez. Now here's Liga Gonzalez, spinning inside with the left and gets it to fall. GCC off to a stellar start here, up 6-0 with 6:33 left to play in the first. As they're crashing up top, and a foul is called. Cassidy Beach drawing the foul for Saddleback. Beach leads the team, the 6'1" sophomore out of Los Alamitos High School, averaging 15 a game for the Bobcats. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. First one lands for Beach, 6-1 ball game now. Second from Beach. Lands, and she goes 2 for 2 for the first 2 points of the game for the Bobcats. Full court pressure from the Bobcats. That's been the main constant so far. Now, just shy of 4 minutes into this contest. Heavy battle for the ball. It's knocked away by Shadell French. It'll be Bobcat basketball. Saddleback entering this game from the Orange Empire Conference, 21-8 on the year, 8-4 in conference play. They're 5-6 in road games on the year here on the road against your Vaqueros. As there, the baseline jumper from Beach sails long. GCC, on the other hand, 24-4 on the year. Absolutely stellar year under head coach Joel Weiss. 14-0 in league play in the Western State Conference, and they are 14-2 at home at the Vaquero Gymnasium. As their long-range shot no good. Here's Sammy Velasquez, eyes up court, working through the fast break. Velasquez taking it herself, just can't get enough on it off of the back glass. 5:35 left in the first. Here's Kaylin Mendez for the triple, no good. Johnson looking for the rebound, can't get it. Swings it inside to Beach, who's left wide open for the easy score, 6-4 basketball game. GCC really spreading the court side to side, navigating the full court pressure from the Bobcats. As now Velasquez shooting up a 3, that one no good. Maestas with the offensive board. French mid-range floater, that one falls short. Going the other way, plowing through contact, and they say a travel is called. One too many steps, and it's GCC basketball. Here's Caitlin Johnson now with the ball, recently subbed in. Velasquez pivoting to French, the long-range pass, and French finishes that one. 8-4 basketball game now. GCC loves to play a fast-paced brand of basketball. The Bobcats matching that so far. It's been a quick-paced, back-and-forth game through the first 3:30 of play. Michaela Rutledge re-entering for Saddleback. Here's Caitlin Johnson bringing the ball up court. Spinning through contact. Finds Ligia Gonzalez. Floats that one up, no good. Mina now for the triple, no good. French pushed around, but she comes away with the offensive board. Velasquez going the other way, working through a whole bunch of contact and draws the foul. It was number 13 for the Vaqueros, working through 3 Bobcats. Foul called against Michaela Rutledge. Shooting foul, so Velasquez will shoot 2. And the first one lands. Velasquez on the year shooting 68% from the free throw line. Here's the second from the sophomore, and she gets it to fall. Here's Beach. Here's Beach working on French. This is the matchup of the night. The battle of 6'1" sophomores. That there, Shadell French wins. These are the 2 team leaders in points per game. Beach averaging 15 a game, French averaging 12 a game. Both 6'1" sophomores. It's going to be a battle in the paint tonight between these 2. Caitlin Johnson now. Maestas now, resetting things. Johnson scanning the court from the wing. Gonzalez now up top, 10 to shoot. Down to 7. Velasquez with 5. Down to 3. Velasquez has got to put one up. She does. Just doesn't get it to fall, but Mariah Maestas with the offensive board. Johnson can't finish with the left. French weaving through contact, can't get it to fall. And Beach ultimately comes down with the defensive board for the Bobcats. Sakai there, no good. Caitlin Johnson now in control of things. Again working quickly. No time wasted as she draws the foul. That's the 4th team foul for Saddleback already. Subbing out for the Bobcats is Cassidy Beach. French also off the floor for the Vaqueros. As the first one rattles out for Johnson. Second one from Johnson. That one's short, and the Bobcats will settle under the board. Here's Michaela Rutledge with the ball. Goes to Kaylin Mendez. Mendez working around Johnson. Going up and laying it in for 2. Here's Johnson with the ball. Her and Velasquez have been splitting minutes, bringing the ball up court for the Vaqueros. Here's Maestas now. Great pass to Gonzalez. Just a little too strong off the back glass. Here's Mina. Clock winds within 2 minutes. Rutledge with the ball for Saddleback. As there, that one's stolen away by Anaya Bradley. 2-on-2 the other way on the fast break. And Caitlin Johnson takes it home for 2. Mina with the ball. Finds Rutledge. Maestas working on her in the paint. All ball from Maestas. Ball rolling around, and they say it's GCC basketball. Kalina Akanaka enters the game for Saddleback. Here's Velasquez with the ball. Picks up a screen from Bradley. Trying to work around, but cannot. Johnson loses the dribble, has to go to Velasquez for the triple, and she lands that one. Sammy Velasquez, the first three for either team couldn't have come at a better time. 15-6 ball game. Clock winds within 50 seconds in this playoff affair as their Maestas with the steal, making her presence known on defense. Bradley can't handle the pass on the fast break. 25 to shoot, 31 in the first. As there, the triple no good. Cassidy Beach re-entering the game for GCC. 15-6 ball game, 24 in the first, 20 to shoot. As their nice pass to Rutledge. She can't finish though, and it's GCC basketball. Perfect inbound pass. The Bobcats just not able to get that one to fall. Shot clock not a factor here. GCC is going to want to take the last shot of the first here. 15 left in the first. Johnson slowing things down, eyeing the scoreboard. Down to 10. Goes out to Velasquez. Launches up a triple, falls short. And it's going to be Saddleback basketball with 4.4 left in the first. Re-entering is Beach now. (15-6) ball game, 4.4 in the first. Here's Beach with the ball. Has 3/4 the way to go. It's a half-court shot to end it, and the bank is open to end the first quarter for Nina Seiki. A much-needed 3 points for the Bobcats, as it makes it a 16-point game at the end of the first, and it's a 15-9 ball game. The most surprised person on the floor that went in might have been Seiki. So at the end of one, your score, GCC 15, Saddleback 9. We'll be back with second quarter action momentarily. Back for second quarter action. We take a quick look at the bracket. The winner of this game gets the winner of Mount Sac and Santa Ana, this being the 8 seed versus 9 seed game. Saddleback won their play-in against LA Mission to get to tonight as they take on the Vaqueros. Currently down 15-9 to your Vaqueros as we get set. Fresh 10 minutes on the clock for second quarter action here between GCC and Saddleback. As Saddleback ends the first with 3 points, then starts the second with 2. It's a quick 5, and it's 15-11 now. Bradley from the wing. Goes to Johnson. Johnson up top. Thought about three, now crashes inside. Goes behind the back, kicks it out to Jung for the triple. That one no good. Offensive board by Ligia Gonzalez. That one tipped away, but won by Gonzalez. Steal by Saddleback and Kayla Rutledge. Saddleback coach wanted backcourt called there. Ends up in the hands of the Bobcats. 15 to shoot. There's the triple, no good. Here's Johnson now. Working to the interior. Lofts one up the elevator shaft and it goes over the backboard. Here's Mariana Mina with the ball. Packed house tonight for GCC's playoff game. Here's Mina crashing. Finds Rutledge with 7 to shoot. Seiki now, long step back three, just off the mark, and Shadell French settles underneath it with the defensive board. Sammy Velasquez. Now Jung for the triple, that one no good. Ball pinballed around, ultimately won by Saddleback, regained by Jung. And a foul is called. So Saddleback basketball.
Glendale foul number 4, Shadell French, second personal. That's the first of the period. Ball out of bounds to the Bobcats.
7:45 to play in the first half, 15-11 ball game. Here's Seiki with the ball. To Rutledge. To Mina. Jung in tight coverage. Mina works around it, just a little too strong off the back glass. Kaylani Jung with the ball now. Goes to Johnson, the point guard. Johnson works it to Bradley. Mid-range jumper, a little too strong from the sophomore. Rutledge spinning. Going inside. Loops that one around Caitlin Johnson and drops it in for two. GCC at 1 point up, 15-6, now just leading 15-13 as Saddleback will take a timeout. .657 in the second after the timeout. Here's Maestas with the ball from the wing, goes back to Johnson. As there, Caitlin Johnson booked for the travel.
Traveling violation. Ball awarded to the Bobcats.
Here's Rutledge with the ball. Finds Mina. Mina able to work through two and drop it in for two. Johnson scanning the court. Goes to Anaya Bradley. Jung thought about three. Now crashes inside to the baseline and is called for a travel. So it's back-to-back travel calls on the Vaqueros. They stay stagnant at 15 with 6:08 left to play in the first half. Entering for GCC, Liga Gonzalez. Here's Kayla Beach. And now she gets called for a travel. Took one too many steps. So 3 straight travels. GCC yet to score in 5 minutes. As Maestas looking to change that on the triple, no good, hits off the back iron. She gets her own rebound on the opposite wing, now tries it from the corner, no good. Seiki. Here's Mina with the ball. As there, Mina lofts that one up, able to draw the foul. She'll go to the line and shoot two with a chance to give the Bobcats the lead.
Second of the period. Shooting foul. Mariana Mina. Shoot foul.
And the first one lands. It's now 16-15. Shadell French went back to the trainer's room momentarily. Just walked out, now takes a seat on the bench. Here's the second from Mina. And the freshman out of El Toro High School lands it and gives the Bobcats a 2-point lead. Here's Johnson now, navigating the full court pressure. Makes a nice move. Johnson working inside. Skates past one, just can't get it to fall. Clock winds within 5 minutes. GCC looking for answers. 6 minutes now of scoreless basketball. Good news for the Vaqueros. Shadell French just checked in to sub in. Beach, it's a long two, and it goes long. They say Sammy Velasquez stepped on the baseline as she was navigating down court, and so it'll stay Saddleback basketball. Can't afford turnovers like that, especially in playoff basketball. Shadell French into the game for the Vaqueros. As there, that one tipped. Mariah Maestas settles down with the interception. Finds Bradley. Bradley goes out to Maestas. Gonzalez now. French, the long two, no good. Here's Mina. Velasquez with the ball. Working to the left of Seiki, just can't get it to fall. French settles under the offensive board, gets it again, goes up with the right, also can't get that one to fall. GCC's had some great offensive rebounds, creating shots, just cannot get them to fall. As the pass from Beach stolen by French, now going the other way. Pulls up for two, can't get it to fall. Now long range three from Seiki, that one no good. Rebound by Anaya Bradley. Sammy Velasquez with the ball, clock within 3 minutes. GCC yet to score in the second quarter. They've now been scoreless for 8 minutes, but there Sammy Velasquez changes that. Evens the game up at 17. Breaks, I believe, a 4-minute scoreless streak for either team. So an absolute defensive battle, as now you hear the defense chants from the GCC home crowd. Biggest crowd of the year, as it'll be GCC basketball. Michaela Rutledge enters the game, the sophomore out of Murrieta Valley High School. Averaging 12 points a game for the Bobcats. Velasquez with the ball, the lone point scorer in the second quarter for the Vaqueros. Finds Maestas, who goes back to Velasquez. 10 to shoot. Finds Maestas, who puts up a triple, just too strong. Shadell French gets the offensive board, but cannot get that one to fall. Jump ball, and it'll stay GCC basketball. Coach Weiss using all the energy in his body to yell out the play call. Velasquez now, and she draws the foul. So 1:40 to play. Velasquez goes to the line. She'll shoot two. Game knotted up at 17. Velasquez shooting 69% on the year from the free throw line. Both defenses have hunkered down here in the second quarter. What started as a 15 to 11 second quarter, now just 18 to 17. GCC just 1/5 of the points scored from the first to the second quarter. Third lead change of the game there on the two-pointer. Here's Velasquez for three, that one no good. If it was a game of three-pointers taken, GCC would be up by a big margin. However, they've only been able to get one to fall, as their Beach can't get that one to fall. Clock within 1 minute. And a blocking foul called against Saddleback.
Saddleback foul. Number 3, Kaylin Mendez, second personal. That's the second of the period. At the line, Caitlin Johnson.
So Caitlin Johnson will go to the line and shoot two. Chance to reclaim the lead. Now all she can do is tie it. And Johnson goes 0 for 2 from the line. So a big mishap there from the freshman. 40 seconds left in the second. As again, another travel called on Saddleback, this time Seiki. Velasquez with the ball. 25 to shoot, 31 left in the first half. Velasquez picks up the dribble and goes to Gonzalez. 10 to shoot. Velasquez working inside, clears the lane but cannot get it to fall. Beach gets the defensive board and is fouled. Foul called against Sammy Velasquez. Saddleback leads 19 to 18. A chance to again end a quarter with a momentum swing. They have the ball and 9.9 seconds left to play to put one through the net. 6 to shoot. Long triple, that one an air ball.
Vaquero ball,
1.5 to play. Anaya Bradley going to be acting as a quarterback here if GCC wants to score. Or it'll be Velasquez launching it up. Not able to trade off quarter-ending half-court shots. So a lot of questions for GCC and Coach Weiss to enter going into the locker room for halftime. Began the second quarter with 15 points. They ended with 18, just a mere 3 points scored from the Vaqueros. As we head to halftime, your score, Saddleback 19, GCC 18. We'll take a break for halftime and then be back with third quarter action here on the GCC Sports Network. So we welcome you back here for second half action between Saddleback and GCC. It was a tale of two quarters without a doubt. GCC opened up the night on a hot start. They were about to end the first quarter 15-6 before a buzzer beater half court shot for Saddleback. That made it a 15-9 basketball game. Then GCC remained stagnant at that point. It was 19-18. They only scored 3 points in that second quarter. It was a defensive battle between these two teams throughout the second. Saddleback really kicked it into gear, hit a couple big threes, couple big layups. On the opposite side, Chadell French exited the game for GCC momentarily with an injury. She was able to re-enter. That's when the Vaqueros were able to put up some points. But again, a measly 3 points for the Vaqueros in the second quarter as we now get set with a fresh 10 minutes on the game clock for third quarter action.
Third period. Saddleback 19, your Vaqueros 18. We start the third period.
So third quarter action, playoff basketball. Winner will face either Mount Sac or Santa Ana. Saddleback with the ball, they lead by one, 19-18. And drawing a foul is Kaylin Mendez, the 5'6" sophomore out of Portola High School.
Glendale foul number 1 for Ryder. Faced a second personal. First of the period.
Here's the first from Mendez. A little too strong, hits off the back iron.
At the free throw line.
Foul called against Mariah Maestas. Here's the second. That one also no good. So still looking for the first score of the third quarter. Here's Gonzalez spinning. Working inside and laying it in for two is Ligia Gonzalez. The 5'6" freshman gives GCC the lead to open up the third quarter. Here's Rutledge with the ball. Goes to Beach up top. Beach to Mendez. Mendez picks up the screen. Pick and roll to Beach. And an offensive foul is called. Great work there by Chadell French. Draws the foul. And it'll be GCC basketball. 20-19 ball game, 9 to play in the third quarter. Velasquez with the ball. No full court pressure this time from Saddleback. The first half, it was all pressure from the Bobcats. Velasquez to Maestas from the corner for three, no good. Beach with the board for the Bobcats. As their Rutledge not able to get that one to fall. Here's Maestas now, second chance at the corner three. That one no good. Offensive board by Anaya Bradley, who drops it in. Anaya Bradley recently named the Sixth Man of the Year for the Western State Conference. As their two-pointer for Kalina Akanaka. Velasquez with the ball. Working to the left. Makes a nice pass to French, who just isn't able to finish. That's been a big storyline on the night for the Vaqueros. Their finishing within the paint has been pretty lackluster on the night. They've been able to create shots all night, just not able to finish. Here's Akinaka with the ball. And that one's swatted away by Shadell French. The sophomore center led the Western State Conference in blocks on the year. They're adding one to the tally in the playoffs. Now Velasquez spinning, finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez crashing inside. And they say a travel is called. There's been 5 lead changes on the game. GCC leads at 22-21. As there, that one swatted away by Bradley. Maestas with the ball now. Back to Bradley. Bradley fadeaway jumper. And they call a foul on Kayla Beach.
Saddleback foul number 15. Cassidy Beach, 3rd personal foul. 2nd of the period. Ruled a shooting foul, Anaya Bradley.
Beach will sub out. Bradley will shoot 2. And the first one just off the mark from Bradley. Only Saddleback jerseys in the paint. But Bradley drops that one in. 23-21 game. I mentioned it has been a defensive affair the entire night as there another turnover, and it's GCC basketball. Saddleback shooting 22% from the floor, GCC shooting 21%. Not at all the percentages you want to be at as a team, as there Gonzalez, then Bradley draws the foul. Foul called against Nina Seiki. Saddleback 1 for 12 from three-pointers. Glendale 1 of 13. 11 turnovers for the Bobcats and 7 for the Vaqueros. However, not much coming from those. Saddleback has the 11 turnovers, but only 2 points off of those turnovers, and only 5 points off of turnovers from the 7 GCC has committed. Bradley on the night 0 for 2 on first 3 free throw shots, but 2 for 2 on second free throw shots, 2 for 4 on the day. Caitlin Johnson enters the game for the Vaqueros. Defense chance, ring out through the Vaquero gymnasium. Ball tipped around and stolen by Gonzalez. GCC 3-on-1. Here's Johnson, and she drops it in on the fast break. Coach walking way out to appeal. Tommy Loera, the referee on the night, gives a warning to the Saddleback head coach Jordan Hamamoto. So Saddleback calls a timeout. With 5:33 to play, your score GCC 26, Saddleback 21. We look at the bracket, the 8-9 matchup between Glendale and Saddleback. The winner will take on Mount Sac and Santa Ana. Mount Sac currently leading 28 over Santa Ana. Nice ball movement by Saddleback. Ends up reset. Mendez with the ball and 10 to shoot. And a foul is called on Caitlin Johnson. It'll be an inbound for Saddleback off the foul. 5:11 to play. GCC leads by 5. Akinaka with the inbound. Now she has it in the corner. Goes to Rutledge. Rutledge working through 2. Hits the 2 and 1. Foul called against Brian Maestas. 3-point game. Chance for Rutledge. But cannot get it to fall. Stays a 3-point lead for the Vaqueros. Velasquez with the ball. Makes a great pass through contact to Shadell French. You gotta finish that one if you're French, and she does. Here's Rutledge with the ball on the wing. Rutledge spinning through heavy contact as Shadell French got a hand on that one and comes down with the board. Here's Velasquez with the ball. Working through contact. And she draws the foul. Coach Hamamoto arguing that the shot clock did not reset when GCC got the rebound. As Velasquez can't get the first one to fall. Here's the second from Velasquez. GCC in the second half, 0 for 3 on first shots, 3 for 3 on second shots from the free throw line. 29-23 ball game. Rutledge step back, just off the back iron. Maestas not able to come around with the rebound. As now Seiki for 3, that one no good. Ligia Gonzalez comes away with the rebound. Here's Caitlin Johnson now. 2-on-3 advantage Saddleback as that one goes up and over the rim from Johnson. Here's Mendez with the ball and draws the foul. It'll be an inbound from the baseline. Entering number 23, the freshman Shajade Banks for Saddleback. It's been a physical game on the night. As it's 5 team fouls for GCC, 4 for Saddleback. Foul called against Brian Maestas. Anaya Bradley enters the game for the Vaqueros. Rutledge will shoot 2. Can't get the first one to fall. Here's the second from Rutledge. And gets that one to land. .3:30 to play in the third. GCC leads by 5, 29-24. Hits off the back iron for Velasquez. As there, Bradley from the elbow, that one no good. As there, Johnson with the steal going the other way, 3-on-1. French settles down and lays it in for 2 on the fast break. Great pass by Caitlin Johnson. Didn't let things speed up on her. As they're matching with a layup of her own is Caitlin Mendez. Here's Gonzalez with the ball. It's just been a seesaw of back and forth 2-pointers for each team that have kept the lead at a consistent 5 for the Vaqueros throughout the last couple of minutes. As their Ligia Gonzalez booked for a travel. 2:10 to play in the third. Here's Mendez with the ball. Goes to Rutledge. Rutledge to Banks. Banks can't get it to fall. French goes up over top of her and comes down with the defensive board. Without a doubt, the biggest attended game for GCC. Incredible playoff atmosphere here for the Vaqueros. As there's Sammy Velasquez drawing the foul. Foul called against Michaela Rutledge. So Velasquez will go to the line and shoot 2. And the first one falls for Velasquez. Second one from Velasquez. Lands, and it's 33-26. Here's Rutledge with the ball, and she draws the foul. Foul called against the sophomore center, Shadell French of the Vaqueros. That's 6 team fouls for GCC.
Glendale foul number 4, Shadell French, 3rd personal foul.
As the first one lands for Mendez.
At the free throw line, Caitlin Mendez, 1 more.
On the scoreboard, the foul count just remains stagnant at 5 once you get to the bonus. As their French contested rebound, it was swatted away by Kalina Akinaka. And so it'll be GCC basketball with a 6-point lead. Kaylani Jung enters the game for the Vaqueros in place of Caitlin Johnson. 1:15 to play in the third. 20 to shoot. Here's Jung. Finds Gonzalez. Bradley now. Goes cross court to Jung. Working inside down the baseline. Kicks it to French. French, the shot winds up well short. Now 2-on-1 the other way. Mendez wisely slowing things down as there's Rutledge for 3. Shot clock still a factor. 25 on the shot clock, 38 in the third. Velasquez with the ball, picks up the screen from French, lofts up the triple. That one well off the mark. Same time shot clock and game clock. Both read 20. Mendez with the ball, eyeing the scoreboard, watching the clock. 15 in the third. Down to 10. Kicks it out and able to recover is Akinaka. Rutledge with 3 on the clock. Lofts that one up, no good. Shadell French comes away with the board. And so we head to fourth quarter play here in this playoff matchup. Your score, GCC 33, Saddleback 30.
3 periods in the books. Glendale 33, Saddleback 30. And what are your last chances? Make sure you check out that concession stand. Lots of good things as we go to the fourth.
Sad news today in the Southern California basketball community after hearing of the passing of legendary head coach Jim Herrick at the age of 87. Herrick, a longtime head coach for the Bruins, also coached at Pepperdine, Rhode Island, and Georgia. Best season came in the 1994 and 95 seasons where the Bruins went 31-1 and won the school's first national championship in 20 years. Our hearts go out to the Herrick family at this time, a legend that will truly be remembered as a legendary Bruin. So it's 10 minutes to play for these two teams.
The president and superintendent of Glendale Community College, Dr. Ryan Garner. All right, everybody buckle up. Fourth period, Glendale ball.
A ticket to the quarterfinals on the line. GCC leads by 3. Here's Bradley, nice pass, finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez a little too strong off the back glass, but Shadell French gets the offensive board, gets the putback, and draws the foul. Shadell French with a chance at a 3-point play.
Third personal foul. First of the period, Chanel French to complete the 3-point play.
The free throw from French, no good. Joseph Lund on the call here, 35-30 game. Big thanks to the 64 of you tuning in at home. That's a record for us on the year. Makes sense considering the playoff game. Here's Johnson with the ball. Three-pointer, and that one lands. Sammy Velasquez feeling it and giving the crowd a show as she hits the corner 3. Big time 3. Rutledge looking to match, but she cannot. Kayla Beach comes down with the offensive board. Spinning through contact, lofting it up, and dropping it in for the and one. Playoff basketball. Who's going to be the one with the big moment? Who's going to be the one to take the big shot? There, Velasquez showing no fear on the triple. Then Beach matching with a chance at 3. Shadell French, 4 fouls on the night. GCC navigating through full court pressure. Here's Bradley. Goes up top and draws the foul.
Saddleback foul number 1, Mariana Mina. First personal foul. Second team.
Bradley, 4 points on the night.
Bradley at the line.
Re-entering for the Vaqueros, Mariana Estes for Shadell French. French in foul trouble with 4 personal fouls on the night. As Bradley lands the first. Bradley averaging 6 a game. The sophomore attended Palisades High School. Here's the second, as that one lands for Bradley. Here's Beach with the ball. Thought about a three-pointer. Now working on Bradley. Picks up her dribble. Can't get at that one to fall. Velasquez, the ball handler. .8:10 to play. Picks up the screen from Maestas. Now finds Maestas for the triple. No good. Going the other way. Kayla Rutledge, nice one-handed grab. Here's Mendez with the ball. 15 to shoot. Mendez clears a lane and drops it in. Mendez with 9 points on the night. She leads the Bobcats. As Johnson was on the ground, Coach Weiss wisely calls a timeout there in order to avoid the foul.
This is a 30-second timeout. And we take this opportunity always to give a tip of the Vaquero support.
Check on the bracket here. The 8-9 matchup between Glendale and Saddleback here. The winner will take on either Mount Sac or Santa Ana. Mount Sac currently leads 45 to 29. If Mount Sac holds on to that big lead, this will be the last home game for GCC no matter what. 3 timeouts for the Bobcats, 4 for the Vaqueros. $10 to shoot. Maestas with the ball. Goes to Velasquez, 5 to shoot. Velasquez crashing inside. Finds and makes a beautiful pass to Shadell French, who drops that one in for 2. Shadell French, the point scorer on that play, but no chance that happens without the amazing pass there from Sammy Velasquez. As now Kaylin Mendez lays that one in for 2. Now double digits for Mendez with 11. Velasquez with the ball. Cuts back on the elbow. As Anaya Bradley is booked for the travel. Yet another travel called against the Vaqueros. Entering for the Vaqueros, Caitlin Johnson in exchange for Anaya Bradley. Caitlin Johnson, 4 points on the night for the freshman point guard. Sakai with the ball. Goes to Beach. The pass from Beach swatted out of bounds by Shadell French. Sakai with the baseline inbound. Finds Rutledge. Rutledge tosses up a corner three and lands. Michaela Rutledge now tied with Mendez for the team lead with 11. As there, Caitlin Johnson with the ball. Goes underneath, but can't get that one to fall. As a foul called on Caitlin Johnson the other way. There's a great hustle play to get back down court on the defensive side of the ball, then gets booked for the foul.
Caitlin Johnson, third personal foul, second of the period. For Glendale,
Kalina Akinaka, the 6-foot sophomore from Hawaii, enters the game for Saddleback. Rutledge thought about three. Nice closeout by Anaya Bradley. Akinaka from the corner, working around Gonzalez. Tries to pass out to Beach, but is fouled. They say it was on the pass, so it'll just be a baseline inbound. Sakai gets the pass. Johnson picked it off, then the ball was knocked away. Johnson slipped and face planted hard into the ground. A little shaken up after the play, but up on her own accord. Definitely in a lot of pain. Johnson, a key player for the Vaqueros. Checking in for the injury is Mariah Maestas. Velasquez with the ball. Two-point game. Clock winds within 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Velasquez trying to find a lane, just has to loft it up from the outside and draws the foul.
Saddleback foul number 4, Kalina Akinaka. Second personal.
Foul called against Kalina Akinaka. That's her second personal. First one a little too strong from Velasquez. Gotta say, this is a fun game to call from the half court in between two very vocal coaches. The second one from Velasquez is nothing but net. So 3-point game, 5:18 to play. A trip to the quarterfinals on the line. Here's Beach for three. That one a little too short. Shadell French comes down with the board. Has to be careful not to foul. One more and she will foul out. Velasquez with the ball. Velasquez kicks it out. Bradley for three, no good, a little too short. Nice offensive board by Liga Gonzalez, just cannot get it to fall. Shadell French now with the offensive board, and Coach Weiss is gonna use a timeout. Timeout on the court, both GCC and Saddleback with 3 timeouts remaining. It's a 30-second timeout for the Vaqueros. Been a defensive game Saddleback shooting 29% from the field. They're 15 of 51. GCC 25% from the field. They're 15 of 58. 14 turnovers for the Bobcats, 10 for the Vaqueros. GCC been able to generate a lot of second chance points. They have 17 offensive boards compared to only 6 for the Bobcats. Pretty even points in the paint, 24 for GCC, 22 for the Bobcats. Makes sense considering the two centers for each team lead in points per game. Beach averages 15 a game. French averages 12 a game for the Vaqueros. Velasquez now flings that one up, not able to get enough loft on it. So it's Bobcat basketball. Mendez works through two Vaqueros, but then gets that one rejected by Shadell French. They say jump ball call. It'll stay Saddleback basketball.
Possession arrow, Saddleback. 14 to shoot, 14.
Akinaka on the sideline inbound. Goes to Sakai. Back to Akinaka from the wing. Goes to Mendez. Mendez with the ball. 3 to shoot, the ball's tipped up, and one in the air by Shadell French. Goes over to Anaya Bradley. Sammy Velasquez with the ball, goes to Maestas, who has 18 to shoot. Back to Velasquez to Bradley. Velasquez looking for the triple, just can't get it to fall. Gonzalez not able to save that one, so it'll be Saddleback basketball, still trailing by 3. Both teams with 10 points in the fourth quarter. GCC has led for the entirety of the fourth. 3:10 to play, 10 to shoot for Mendez. Mendez spinning, finds Akinaka, who banks it in for 2. It's now just a 1-point margin between these two teams. It's been a back and forth basketball game all night. How will it end? Who will advance? We'll find out with 2:50 to play. Bradley, as that one is swatted away by Akinaka, making her presence known on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. Now Sakai finds Beach. That one stolen by Bradley, able to stay in bounds. As Saddleback will take a timeout in order to maintain possession.
Timeout is called by Saddleback, and this is a 30-second timeout.
So 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break as GCC leads by 1 on the GCC Sports Network. Fourth quarter, 2:29 to play. Saddleback basketball down by 1, trailing 43 to 42. 4 fouls for Saddleback in the quarter, 3 team fouls for GCC, both teams with 2 timeouts left. Mendez with the ball, goes to Rutledge in the corner. She's hit 2 corner threes on the night. Beach now. As a great offensive board by Akinaka, now Beach with the ball. And they say a travel is called. Coach Yamamoto voicing his disagreement with the refs. There's been a lot of travels called tonight by both teams. It's been a fast-paced game by both teams. A lot of full court pressures, a lot of quick scores. Here's Bradley with the ball. Flings it up to Velasquez. Lucky that ball wasn't stolen. Sakai had her sights set on Velasquez, so didn't see the ball arcing over as Velasquez carves a lane, just not able to finish for two. Here's Mendez with the ball. Saddleback trails by one. Great pass to Akinaka, just not able to finish as that one's stolen by Velasquez, going the other way. Just Beach to beat. Beach able to swat it away. Great fast break defense by the 6'1 center. As Sakai lofts up a three and draws the foul. Velasquez, a desperation foul coming back from the fast break. She was knocked down on the layup attempt, so she had to get back quickly and just threw her hands up to contest the three, made contact with Sakai, so she'll go to the line and shoot three with Saddleback down by one. First one from Sakai falls short. The crowd becoming a factor. Here's the second one. That lands for Sakai, and that is the equalizer. The game tied up at 43. Sakai now with a chance at the lead. And she connects from the free throw line. So the Vaqueros now down one with 1:10 to play. Maestas navigating full court pressure. And Coach Weiss will call a timeout and talk things over with his team. GCC had led for the entire fourth quarter up to this point as they trail now 44-43 with 1:06 to play.
And a reminder, Vaquero fans, Vaquero baseball, full swing.
This is what you train for, the early morning workouts, the preseason practices, the late nights. It's all for moments like this. GCC with the ball. Fourth quarter, 1:06 to play, trailing by one. Saddleback went on a 4-0 run there. They lead in fourth quarter, scoring 14-10. So out from the timeout now. Scene is set. Maestas on the inbound goes to Gonzalez. Velasquez, Bradley, and French join them on the floor. Maestas with the ball. Goes to Velasquez. Velasquez lofts that one up. Beach with the block. 9 seconds to shoot on the baseline inbound for the Vaqueros. Beach, an even matchup on French. It'll be Ligia Gonzalez on the baseline inbound. Goes to French, but it's swatted out of bounds by Beach. Burns 1 second, so it'll be another baseline inbound, this time with 8 to shoot, 53 to play in the fourth. That one lofted up to French. French on the pogo stick and cannot get enough on that one. So Saddleback with the basketball. They can at most get the game down to 20 seconds. 18 to shoot. Maestas in coverage of Mendez. Mendez picks up the screen. That one swatted out of bounds. As Gonzalez swatted that one away. Looked to be swatted out of bounds by Saddleback, but the refs say it was Saddleback basketball. Coach Weiss pleading with the referees to check, but they uphold their call, so it'll be Saddleback basketball. So it'll be 8 to shoot. Rutledge the inbound from the sideline. Gonzalez in defense. The Vaqueros looking to keep their season alive. They fling it to Mendez. Johnson, if she can keep her down on this side of the court, 4 to shoot. Down to 1. Rutledge with the soccer inbound pass. The overhead winds up with just air under it. So now GCC with the chance to take the final shot of the game. There's 18 to play in the fourth. GCC trails by 1. Saddleback looking for the stop. The Vaqueros looking for the score. Coach Weiss takes a full timeout. So we'll be back momentarily with 18 to play and a 1-point game. Two timeouts for Saddleback, 1 for GCC. On the floor for Saddleback, it's Rutledge, Mina, Mendez, Sakai, and Beach. For GCC, it's Ligia Gonzalez, Shadell French, Sammy Velasquez, Anaya Bradley, and Caitlin Johnson. Velasquez leads with 17 points. French with 12. It'll be Maestas on the inbound. Maestas from the sideline. No shot clock, just 18 left in the game. Goes to Sammy Velasquez. Velasquez finds French. French lofts that one up, it's short. And Kayla Beach gets the defensive board, then immediately gets fouled. Shadell French just short. It was a similar shot, a similar look to the one she had earlier. Both wind up just short, hitting off the front rim. Kayla Beach gets the defensive board, then immediately fouled. 12 to play. Check that, no foul called. It was a timeout by Saddleback. So 12.7 on the clock. Saddleback basketball, they lead by 1. Joseph Lund here, 12 to play. Fourth quarter action. Winner goes on to the quarterfinals. Goes to Sakai, and it's stolen by Velasquez. And they say it's Saddleback basketball. Velasquez in a desperate race to beat the ball to the baseline. Sadly, the ball won, and so it'll stay Saddleback basketball now with 9 to play. But before the inbound, Saddleback will use their last timeout of the game. Velasquez just inches away from a signature moment for the sophomore. Instead falls out of bounds, and it'll stay Saddleback basketball. It'll be an inbound from the same spot, just with 3 seconds left with the clock at 9. This time it'll be Rutledge on the inbound. Vaquero's going for the height advantage. It'll be Shadell French guarding. 9 seconds to play. They go to Beach, who's immediately fouled by Bradley.
Glendale foul. 14, Anaya Bradley, first personal, 5 team fouls. To the free throw line.
So 8.2 to play. Kayla Beach will go to the line to shoot 2. Beach on the year shooting 78% from the free throw line. And she lands the first. 2-point game now. Cassidy Beach connects on the first free throw. Now the second. 8.2 to play in the fourth. Here's the shot from Beach, and it connects, so now the Vaqueros gonna need a three-pointer. Coach Weiss uses his final timeout. So it'll be a sideline inbound for GCC. They trail by 3. GCC electing to inbound opposite from the table. Looking for a 3-point equalizer. Coach Hamamoto, the big lesson from that timeout there for the Saddleback, no threes. No threes. Coach Weiss looking to craft the perfect play. 8.2 to play. Bradley, long toss across. It was tipped up by Shadell French. And Nina Sakai came down with the ball, immediately fouled. So she will go to the line and shoot 2.
At the other end, Nina Saiki at the line.
Little bit of a head scratcher there on the play call. Went far side on the pass as the first one doesn't fall for Sakai. No timeouts for either team. Now the second from Sakai. And that connects to make it a 4-point game. So now it's going to take a miracle for the Vaqueros. Here's Maestas with the ball. 3 to play. You got to get some sort of shot off. She loses her dribble, and it's a heartbreaker for GCC. Saddleback survives with the 47-43 win. They end the game on a 7-0 scoring run.
Saddleback continues on to play the game going on tonight between San Antonio and Santa Ana.
What a game from these two teams. So it'll be Saddleback moving on, and it'll be GCC going home. A tough one to swallow for the Vaqueros. Like to thank you all for tuning in here. Sadly, not the outcome the Vaqueros were looking for. They will be back next season. But for now, that's all she wrote. So Saddleback walks away with a 47-43 victory. Again, thank you all for tuning in. It was an absolute honor getting to be the play-by-play voice of GCC women's basketball throughout the season. I hope to be back next season calling a couple games. But for one last time this season, I'm Joseph Lund saying good night, everybody.